Okay, let's we start. Maybe I will use combines for the language. Maybe English also. I cannot explain in English. Maybe we can use bahasa. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please answer.
Waalaikumsalam, sir.
Alhamdulillah.
Waalaikumsalam, Doctor.
Alhamdulillah.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good. Today is maybe your first class, yeah? Is it your first class?
No,
Second
yesterday already have class.
Okay, second class maybe, yeah. But this is your first week for this semester, yeah. This is your third year, first test year for you. Before I start, I want to introduce. I will teach you about the industrial engineering. Maybe you know already the subject, yeah. I will explain a bit about my CV. Yeah. Okay, my name is Ikhwan Ghazali, yeah, and I am actually Indonesian, not Malaysian, yeah. But I stay in Malaysia quite long, maybe for 9 years already. I was studying University Malaya. Okay, my bachelor degree is about industrial engineering, and my master also industrial engineering, and my PhD is also in industrial engineering from University Malaya. Okay, my research focus concern if you want to do PSM, yeah, with me, my concern is about product design and green product design, sustainable manufacturing, sustainability, visual manufacturing, about that, yeah. And this is my email. So this is my mobile phone, and also you can search my Facebook. My Facebook, if you want to know me more, you can add my Facebook, Ikhwan Ghazali, by searching Ikhwan Ghazali. You can find me. Okay, before I start to teach you about industrial engineering, this is I should deliver this thing first. Okay, can you see the screen is about OBE?
Yes, sir.
Okay, maybe every semester, every lecture will firstly explain about OBE, but maybe we can refresh it and what is the function of OBE, and I will a bit describe maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes about this. Okay, for this briefing, I will explain a little bit about OBE, and then what OBE implementation, PEO, PEO, and LO, OBE assessment tool. Okay, this is the content. Yeah, why we need to do the accredit, and who and what is ETEC, 5WS, and 1H of OBE. What and how is OBE implemented? So as you know, yeah, UTEM is a government university and should be accredited maybe every year, every 2 years. Some board already make make the accreditation. For us, for example, we as engineers technology, we will concern on engineering technologies here. Okay, maybe this is list of accredited accord. Yeah, is like Sydney Accord. Some of a country like Australia, Canada, Hong Kong, and also Indonesia. They also use accreditation for Sydney Accord. Okay. Malaysia represented by Board of Engineers Malaysia, BEM, since 2018. Okay, I will just make it faster. Yeah. Okay. We actually BEM has two kind of accreditation. EAC and ETEC. For us, we use the ETEC. Yeah? We use ETEC. Yeah. Okay. This is like accreditation body. The rule. The rule for the accreditation. And this one is the focus. The accreditation objective is to ensure that graduates of the accredited engineering technologies program satisfy the minimum academic requirement for registration as engineering technologies. So as long as I know, when I stay in UTEM just 2 years, yeah, just 2 years. So as I just know about this accreditation. So every years we have accreditation for the engineering technologies, yeah. So for BEM, yeah, we should follow the requirement from the board, yeah, itu BEM. So I will just move it faster, yeah. If you want to know about UTEM more, just open the website, yeah. And this is the website of UTEM. You should know about the vision and missions and motto, yeah, of UTEM, because when you graduate from UTEM, maybe the company will ask you what is the vision and mission of motto of UTEM. You already 4 years, for example, you don't know, it will be problem. This is the vision, yeah. Just briefly, you can read it later. Okay. And then we go to FTKMP website. So this is FTKMP website. You can click it. Maybe you know this already, right? Okay. Yes, make it faster. Okay, PEO. This is important for you. Yeah, you should know your PEO. Yeah, you should open your PEO program. You are under BMMP. You open the PEO for BMMP. Yeah, and if you are under BMMD, you need to open BMMD. So this is a PEO. Yeah, this is a PO, program outcome of your study. Okay, this is type of PO. Yeah, we have 12 PO. Remember? Yeah, remember 12 PO. So every subject and will assign a different LO and PO. Yeah? For example, this, yeah, the learning outcome for our subject. Maybe you can open the teaching plan later. I already upload in the ULEN. Okay. So normally every subject has three LO, 3 or 4 LO, yeah? And we have 12 PO. Okay. Please also need to know about the 7 education goal, yeah. As you should know this one, and also from the vision UTEM, we go to Z7's education goal, and then we have a PEO to achieve the education goal, and to achieve PEO, we should achieve PO, and to achieve PO, we should achieve LO. That is the rule. Okay, this is LO assessment. When we create, for example, like lecture, create the assessment, my assignment, test, yeah, lab, we will refer for this year. Then I will explain to you how much the percentage of our study later. Maybe you can stress which one you should concern. Okay, maybe we can start our class. Yeah? Later, I will upload this slide to you in ULearn. So everything that I explain to you, I deliver to you, I will upload it in ULearn. So please ask your friend to join in ULearn, enroll yourself, and then choose the appropriate what is that group, yeah. So if you have wrongly choose, please let me know. I will repair it. Okay, we go to teaching plan. Yeah, go to teaching plan. Please make attention for this. Okay, our subject name is industrial engineering. Yeah, industrial engineering. So we have a 3 LO. Yeah, LO1 is life problem that relates to industrial engineering. So this is cognitive level is C4 and product outcome is PO2. Ya. Kita ada berapa PO tadi? Ingat tak? Ingat ada berapa PO? We have 12 PO ya. So and LO SOP LO2 ya. SOP manufacturing operation scenarios using industrial tools and techniques. And then LO3 perform experiment or laboratory tasks related to topic discussed in industrial engineering. So we have cognitive, psychomotor. Psychomotor means we have a lab, yeah, and this is P4. So you can read the synopsis later. This is the main textbook. Later, okay, about the module, yeah, please make attention. The module you need to collect it if you under collections directly. If you want to collect directly, if you can, so you don't need to go to Dr. Rohana. Just come to my room. Yeah? My room is in F3. F3, upstairs of Surau Perempuan. Yeah? Upstairs of Surau Perempuan. My room number is 94 if you want to collect 94. Later I will give the direction in WhatsApp group. Yeah. So the module is very important for you because if you read all these things, you can read the additional reference. But mainly we can use this to our study. Yeah. But I don't limit you for this only. You can read also. You try to search and search in the library. Yeah, you can search in library. You can find this some of this book in the library. Okay, please also attention for this SLT. Yeah, usually we have 14 week. Yeah, 14 week. Yeah, every week we have class. Every week we have class, and we have tutorial. 4 tutorial. And then we have 5 lab. Okay, for tutorial will be taught by Dr. Amir Hamzah because you know now is still online, yeah. I will combine our class. For example, today class is your online, yeah, online for BMMP. Maybe for the next week also BMMP or maybe BMMD. I will give announcement in the WhatsApp. Yeah. But if I also if I want to give the lecture on asynchronous mean I will upload my video in YouTube. So I will also explain to you. I will inform you. Yeah, I will inform you. So we have 14 weeks. Yeah, 14 weeks, and we have 4 tutorial. Yeah, and then for lab, I will explain later. We have 5 lab. We start our lab in week 4. Why in the week 4? Because this material will we will do as like practical thing in the week 4. We want to involve this material in the week 4 for practical. Okay, please attention also. This subject is for credit. And it will support your GPA. CGPA is very this industrial engineering is for credit, so I hope you can get A for all. A mark for all. So saya tak nak lah you dapat kecil. Kalau boleh you dapat nilai cantik semua, bagus semua. Just follow the rule and do your assignment, do your test and lab test, yeah, accordingly. Okay, this is the assessments percentage, yeah. Okay, we have test, final exam, lab report. We have 5, and 2 assignment and 1 lab test. So for test is 10%, yeah, test is 10. Midterm, yeah, midterm test is 10%. Final exam is 40%, yeah. So I strongly suggest you please be concerned in the final exam, yeah, because this is very high number. This is the rule, 40%. So lab report also, if you do all, you get 25%, yeah. For assignment is 5%, assignment 2 is 5%. Lab test is 15%. So I recommend you, yeah, I advise you for lab report, please do it your best to make a good report. Just don't make it very simple, very easy. Just make it clear and very good report. Yeah, I will give the guideline. I will give the guideline to you to make the report so you can follow the guideline. Yeah. Okay. This is maybe the lecture plan. Yeah, you can look. You can read it. Yeah, today I will explain to you about this one. Yeah, if you if you be a industrial engineering, so what is the career opportunity? Okay, okay, this is like briefing today. Yeah, this is 2 hours. Productivity, okay, forecasting, work system design. Yeah, and then in the week 4 we have tutorial and also okay, this one maybe I will refer this one. No need to refer this. I will revise this. Just refer this, yeah. Refer this. Okay, maybe this one a bit the lab should be in the week 4, yeah. The tutorial should be in the week 3. Terbalik. Okay. Strategic capacity planning, yeah. And then process selections and facility layout, inventory management, material requirement planning, and simulation modeling, lean manufacturing. Okay, if like this, if the situation of coffee is become better, yeah, I plan to visit the industry. Yeah, I plan. This planning only. Yeah. So if you all are coming to UTM, maybe I will ask to the dean get the permission to visit the industry. Yeah, permit to visit the industry, and we can see the process industrial system in the real condition in the industry. Yeah. So maybe, but I hope lah, because I hear that now is in the phase, kita di phase berapa sekarang? Malaka tahu?
Uh,
Phase 3.
InsyaAllah phase 3.
Phase 3. So kita akan menuju ke phase 4. Phase 4 ni makna dia kita akan berada di endemi. Endemi ini kalau tak silap you nak guna masker ke tak, itu urusan you lah. Macam kita jaga masing-masing lah. And that is like normal flu, tahu tak? Macam penyakit biasa yang ada dalam hidup sehari-hari, itu endemi. So we should also jaga kesehatan, jaga SOP. And if that one happen, I mean we already COVID has already settled like normal habit, yeah. So we try to visit the industry. I will ask maybe near here has some industry to see the product system production. Kita boleh nampak bagaimana raw material dia, kita boleh nampak dia punya proses production, quality control dia, productivity dia. Nanti kita akan coba buat macam simple research. Kita boleh nanti explore lah di dalam industri itu. Tapi kalau kondisi membaik ya, kalau tak kondisi membaik, if the condition is not good, so we just do like online like this. So like a lab ya, lab, if some of you cannot join, so I cannot deliver on lab face to face because not fair with your friend. Maybe if you all already come back to UTM, yeah, I will plan to change the rule. Maybe uh, I will teach lab tutorial and class like your schedule, yeah. Just follow the schedule because this situation is not normal. So me and Dr. Amir are bersetuju ya, agree kalau saya akan handle kelas dan lab. Dia akan handle tutorial. Tapi kalau if the situations all of you already coming to UTM, maybe just follow the schedule ya, like schedule. Dia pun akan mengajar lab, dia pun akan mengajar tutorial like normal. Boleh paham ya?
Boleh, Doktor.
Oke. Oke. Saya mengajar sekejap je. Don't worry. Okay, this is the teaching plan ya. The plan I already inform you. Class, yeah, I will teach the class and also lab will be handled by me. Okay, for lab ya. Okay, later I will explain. The tutorial will be handled by Dr. Amir Hamzah. Do you know Dr. Amir? Pernah dapat kelas dia tak?
Pernah.
Nah, apa? Quality control.
Betul.
Okay, okay. Okay, lecture or class, it can be synchronized and asynchronized. I will inform through WhatsApp, yeah. Maybe 2-3 days before, yeah. I will inform to you because you know why I also consider asynchronized because some of your friends not have no goods for line. Ada macam permasalahan di line. Jadi saya pun akan record ya. Saya kalau synchronize saya akan coba synchronize tapi sesekali saya akan asynchronize, sesekali saya synchronize. So if asynchronize, please refer Yulan ya, and also my YouTube. My YouTube channel, please subscribe ya, because when I upload the video, you can get the notification. I will give you the link later. Okay, if synchronized, I will also record like now. Yeah, I record it. Yeah, I record it and then I upload it in YouTube, so you can rewatch if you want. Okay. For attendance for synchronized, maybe I will give a spot attendance. Yeah, but also maybe if I prefer to make a simple quiz like this. Simple quiz from my slide, maybe in the middle of my slide, in the last of my slide, I will give the question, maybe one question you can answer. So based on your question, I will record as your attendance. Boleh paham ya?
Boleh, Doktor.
Okay, lab, yeah. As I informed to you, until now we are still in the COVID in the phase 3, COVID situation in the phase 3. So some of you don't come to UTM, so now the lab will be performed by online method. But if all of you already come to UTM, maybe contoh lah misal UTM satu masa mengharuskan atau mewajibkan kalian datang ke UTM, so we will perform the face-to-face lab ya. But if still some of you don't come to UTM, cannot come because of the situation ya, because of bukan karena kehendak kalian tapi memang situasi memang tak boleh. So maybe kita perform online. So in the perform online nih, I will give you the data, and then I will explain how to use the data and how I get the data and what is the procedure. Dia lab nih macam simple je sebenarnya. Contoh ya, saya bagi contoh. Ada satu produk macam ni. Nanti ada time untuk calculation. Jadi kita tuh macam kita mengukur saja, mengukur waktu. Lepas itu kita hitung productivity dia. Lepas itu itulah labnya sebenarnya. Tapi kalau memang kita online, saya akan bagi data tuh. Jadi you cuma analyze saja. Ya, paham ya? Oke, saya akan I will do a lab briefing for each lab. The briefing can be online and can be synchronized and asynchronized. Okay, and then please make a group of five members per group. Each group should point the leader to coordinate all member. So, kalian prefer buat grup sendiri ke atau saya yang buatkan? Katanya.
Sendiri.
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 Oke ya, saya need satu yang sebagai leader dia. Nanti leader nih akan bagi tahu siapa yang aktif atau tak aktif. Saya akan tanya pas masa akhir nanti yang aktif. Jadi leader tuh jangan takut. Kalian yang sudah tunjuk dia sebagai leader, kalian kena bagi kepercayaan ke dia penuh. Apapun yang dia bagi tahu ke saya, itulah nilainya nanti tuh. Maksudnya kalau ada yang tak aktif lah, if you some of you active, some of you don't active, it is not fair to your friend, right? So the score may be different individually, ya. But if the coordinator say, okay, all is active, dokter, dia bagi-bagi job, okay, saya pun akan bagi nilai yang sama, don't worry. Okay, submission report is 1 week, ya, cukup lama, 1 minggu. Jadi misalkan hari ini lab, contoh ya, sehari sebelum, misalkan hari ini hari apa? Hari ini hari Selasa. Selasa hari Isnin dia ya. Isnin pukul 12 malam masuk hari Selasa itu udah habis. Nanti dia dalam sistem akan tutup. Oke, lab sheet and report guideline saya akan bagikan memudahkan kalian ya. Untuk yang guideline itu I will share to you. Oke. Ini attendance. Macam yang saya cakap tadi, class attendance answer short quiz in ULearn, ya, and fill the provided attendance based on your group. So, the attendance, we have two attendance actually. The first is quiz, the second is the general attendance. General attendance kayak you dalam kelas lah. Macam you dalam kelas, you isi je. Yang short quiz itu nanti saya akan match kan. Kalau kalau dua-duanya terisi baru nanti saya consider sebagai hadir. Kalau 3 hari tak hadir tanpa penjelasan nanti kena bar ya dalam aturan tuh nanti kan saya akan I will give the report of attendance to university if you don't attend for 3 times without any explanation or reason later or support, maybe you cannot join in the final exam. Bukan saya tapi itu adalah aturan dia. Okay, lab attendance will be based on your lab report. I will record it based on your lab report ya. Okay, I already explained to you learning outcome in the what's it, teaching plan. Okay, little bit about industrial engineering ya. So what is industrial engineering? Ada yang tahu industrial engineering ini sebenarnya in your opinion siapa yang boleh bagi tahu satu? Siapa yang aktif dalam kelas nih saya akan note nama dia ya. Saya akan bagi sedikit markah lebih lah. So, in your mind ya, in your thinking, what is the industrial engineering? Selain ditengok di sini.
Saya nak jawab, sir.
Siapa nama?
Nama saya Yusra, sir.
Jap.
Nak saya jawab bahasa Melayu ke bahasa Inggeris?
Boleh Inggris, boleh Melayu.
Saya cakap Melayu lah sebab ramai Melayu lah ni. Bagi saya, industrial engineering ni, sir, adalah study kepada mesin-mesin yang ada dekat industri lah. So how it works, macam untuk produk ke, so kita just come up with some idea untuk buat satu mesin yang boleh generate produk untuk produk kita. Bagi saya, industrial engineering.
Okay, Yusra ya.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ada lagi? Anyone? Siapa lagi yang boleh? Isra ya. Jadi, so industrial engineering actually we can learn about the process optimization. Di sini dah nampak ya. Process optimization in industry. For example, like this. In industry, you know ya, like the position mesin in industry ya. Ada posisi-posisi dia. Ada kemudian ada labor, ada man, mesin, and material. Tahu kan? Man, mesin, material. So we optimize this. For example, like machine has a layout. Process A, process B, process C, process D, for example. They have arrangement like this, the layout. But sometimes, when we do calculation based on industrial engineering calculation, so this is not optimized. This is not good. Because why? Maybe the times have a lead time, ada delay. So we make a optimization. Kita coba optimize sistem dari layout tuh. Contoh lagi, one of person labor pekerja dalam ada satu pekerja di kilang nih, dia bekerja di kilang tuh tapi dia tak perform sangat, dia tak suka di bagian sini, dia suka di bagian sana, jadi dia quality untuk dia kerja tuh kurang, output dia jadi kurang, so dia kita kena pikirkan macam mana dia nih supaya jadi high productivity. Mungkin kita bagi arrangement untuk daerah wilayah pekerja yang lain, maksudnya ke tempat yang lain ya. Untuk material handling, inventory control contoh. Contoh misalkan ada satu company dia produce roti. Ya, dia produce roti. Lepas tu sekarang tengah PKP. So when the PKP happen, ya, kalau PKP happen, so the penjualan tu jadi berkurang, kan orang nak beli tu kurang. Jadi kita kena consider berapa material yang sesuai untuk kondisi PKP. Kita boleh forecast, kita boleh analyze. Misalnya you bekerja di company itu, okay, kita tak payah beli 100 kg lah tepung nih. Kita cuma perlu 50 kg saja sebab PKP. Saya ada calculation dia. Itu calculation. We optimize. Jadi company tak merugi, kita pun sebagai industrial engineer bagi solution ke mereka, mereka pun boleh menyesuaikan keuntungan mereka. Lepas itu juga they can calculate, for example ya, not in industry, in big industry contoh. Okay, the labor, pekerja dia terlalu banyak, sedangkan pekerjaan tu ya kondisi PKP lagi ya, kondisi PKP macam ni kita kena reduce kan. We need to reduce the number of labor worker. So we can calculate how many worker required for PKP situation. Itu ada di industrial engineering. Susah kalau di tempat yang lain tak ada. Hanya ada di industrial engineering to calculate this one. The optimized worker, the optimal inventory, capacity yang sesuai berapa. Kemudian the optimal layout. So the keyword in industrial engineering is the optimal. Keyword ya, keyword. Optimal mean not too much, not too low. Ya. Optimal itu bukan terlalu banyak. Banyak itu maximize, minimize mengecilkan, tapi optimize itu sesuai dengan keperluan. Contoh lah, paling mudahnya, you punya adik, ya, orang tua you nak bagi duit, adik you masih dalam sekolah rendah, ya. Orang tua you bagi duit ke adik you RM50, ke you pun RM50. Berarti itu tak optimize, tak optimal. Tak optimal ni tak sesuai lah. Budak kecil, dia keperluan dia tak banyak, kita bagi kecil. Macam tu lah. Secara sekilasnya dia macam tu. We optimize the system ya. So when we talking about industrial engineering, we do the optimized system. Okay, the focus of industrial engineering give what student to industry to reduce the cost, yeah. Reduce the cost, yeah, and then maximize the profit. Yeah, when reduce the cost, banyak sekali cost dia. Ada inventory cost, have scrap cost, capital cost, warehouse cost, maintenance cost, labor cost, and so forth. And when we can reduce the cost, it will affect to profit. Yeah, when reduce the cost, we will get the more profit. Okay. Contoh lah, misal you bekerja di industri ya, saya ini cuma nak bagi you pengantar saja supaya you paham industrial engineering itu apa. Contoh, when you see one industry, okay, they have a problem. We need to identify what kind of the problem. So we need to improve the system. How to improve the system? We should know the initial process, right? Maksudnya initial system dia macam mana. Contoh di industri sudah ada sistem A. Ternyata kita tengok dari segi lighting dia problem, dari segi ergonomik dia problem.
Pasang, letak kat depan.
Ah,
Betul.
dengar suara.
Kalau kat yang lalu tak nampak kan?
Di mute kan ya, di mute. Nur Amira.
Sir ni baru buka ni sir. Dia duk bincang lalu depan kamera.
Okey ya. Contoh saya nak bagi contoh industrial engineering ni, dia improve the system. Initial system macam ni, and then you try to improve. How you identify the problem in industry? Starting from the input, process, and then output. When you see the input,
Ambil lah ke buat tu.
waktu kedatangan material dia macam mana. In the process, contoh, in the process you can see the worker has problem when they do what is that? Misalnya dia merakit barang ya, ternyata dia ada masalah di situ. Kemudian in the output, contoh, in the output the quality dia tak bagus. Kita tengok ternyata di sistem tu lampu pencahayaan dia tak cantik,
Duduk. Sana.
tak bersesuai. Tu. Ada saya tak post ini.
Mira, mute Mira.
Mira. Oh, Nur Amira.
Oh.
Okay ya, contoh. I give you the example one. When you wake up in the early morning ya, in the early morning you wake up. Normally you go to take a shower, right? Pergi mandi, ambil baju, pergi mandi, and then you take the clothes ya. To take the clothes and then breakfast ya, makan pagi, sarapan, and then you go to school. This is the normal, benar ya? Macam ni biasa kalian. Betul.
Betul.
Contoh ini, contoh, simple contoh. Kalau di industry engineering, we try to minimize the system. Contoh, optimize the system, bukan minimize, optimize the system. Contoh, when you go to take a shower, you bring your clothes directly with you, and then eat the breakfast. Okay, so then you go to school. So based on this system and then previous system, yeah. So you eliminate this process, right? You improve the process more efficient and then minimize time distance to travel. Jadi ada minimize masa di situ, minimize waktu. In industry, when you minimize the time, so it will affect to the cost, yeah. When you the time production is too long, it will affect to the cost. So jadi contoh itu, this simple example is the same condition in manufacturing, where you need to clearly consider how to improve process efficiency, efficiency, and then minimize time production, result to minimize cost of production, and then get the profit. Nih, as industrial engineering, yang paling pertama, the first you need to identify problem. Contoh dalam hidup you, when you have something not tak sedap dalam badan, you identify your problem. Misalkan badan ni sakit, apa masalah punca saya sakit? Oh, saya semalam saya berhujan, mandi air hujan. Identify the problem. Oh, jadi saya memang tak boleh mandi hujan. Atau you alergi gatal-gatal. Identify the problem. Oh, saya hari itu makan udang, saya tak boleh makan udang misalnya. Identify the problem. And then try to make a planning After you identify the problem, you make a planning, and then you make a forecasting, ramal. Forecasting ini contoh, contoh ya, toko roti di di Malaka, dia pembelian dia misalkan A, B, C, D selama 5 bulan ya, selama 5 bulan, 6 bulan, 5 bulan A, B, C, D, E 5 bulan. Dari situ kita boleh buat forecasting. Ternyata untuk apa yang keenam bulan keenam tuh kita boleh forecast, kita boleh predict. Forecasting macam prediction, berdasarkan planning kita, berdasarkan problem identification kita. And then we do optimization, yeah. After we get the optimization, already know the strategy to optimize, and then we do implementation. After we do implementation, based on our implementation, we do evaluation, ya. Contoh lah, misalkan siapa nama tadi? Yusra.
Ya saya.
Contoh misalkan, you nak berkahwin nanti lah, berapa tahun lagi misal. You identify dulu calon istri you kan. Oh, dia ini sesuai kriteria saya, contoh lah. Sesuai dengan kriteria. Lepas tu you buat planning lah. You buat planning, macam mana nih saya nak planning, nak kahwin saya nak apa, nak saya kumpul duit berapa, macam tu kan. Kemudian you forecast, you predict, misalkan saya kahwin dengan dia ini macam mana ya, kira-kira sesuai tak? Karakter saya macam ni, karakter dia macam tu. Oh, ternyata kalau tak ada yang sesuai, saya cobalah macam mana nak menyesuaikan lah, to dioptimiskan. Lepas tu you lah berkahwin, you implement, you evaluate. Dalam perkahwinan tu ada masalah yang serius apa ya, yang setiap hari yang membuat saya ni bergaduh dengan bini saya, macam tu. Evaluation. Lepas tu identify the problem lagi. Balik lagi ke macam tu. Terus the circulation is like that ya. Kemudian proses improvement tu kita kena faham existing process. That I told you in the previous slide, we need to identify the initial process ya. What is the problem? And then introduce the process and then change to improve the quality. So we propose, the existing process is like this, and then the next we try to propose the new system. Tapi ya, kalau kalian kena tahu, kalau kita di industri ini kita nak propose satu sistem, memang dia akan berpikir panjang. So when we propose the system, we make a simple thing, the improvement for simple thing first. Karena mereka tak akan nak merubah sistem mereka karena sudah berjalan sistem itu dalam industri. Jadi kita buat sistem yang kecil untuk mereka bagi contoh. Misalkan kita menerapkan sistem ini, productivity dia meningkat misalkan jadi 30% dari yang ada sekarang. Jadi kita boleh propose ke mereka. And then industry is demanding increased attention to quality in general. Of course, the quality is very important for industry. Most process improvement work focuses on the defect reduction and prevention. Jadi kalau kalian dalam industrial engineering ada namanya maintenance, ya. Kemudian ada juga kita evaluation. Kita kena paham macam mana kita nak membuat mencegah satu permasalahan di dalam industri itu. Contoh ya, in industri ada masalah di bagian, kita nampak lah di industri itu dia dari segi ergonomik dia tak bagus, dia bekerja cepat letih. Kita coba buat prevention, kita coba kurangkan, reduction tu mengurangkan tingkat kelelahan dia. So we try to reduce the kelelahan dia. Kemudian kita coba mencegah dia dengan cara membuat sistem ergonomik yang lebih baik. And then there are other process attribute that deserve our attention. Mungkin ada masalah-masalah lain di dalam industri itu yang tidak bersesuaian menurut kita dalam ilmu industri engineering, that we need to improve, and then we give the solution to them.
Doktor.
So,
So kalau industry engineering ni, dia title job dia as manager engineering ke macam mana?
industrial engineering ni nanti di bagian akhir ya, ada nanti kita boleh bekerja di part mana.
Okay, alright.
Di industrial engineering ni, tapi saya jawab juga. industrial engineering nih dia lebih macam mengevaluasi macam manajer ya. Dia bukan bekerja di industri sebagai pekerja yang merakit sesuatu, bukan macam itu. Industrial engineering kita berpikir sistem dalam industri itu macam mana kita nak improve sistem itu. Dia bukan bekerja di kilang sebagai pabrik, dikerja di factory itu, pekerja biasa itu bukan. Kita berpikir sebagai pengatur, pengarah untuk mengimprove sistem. Ya, nanti saya jelaskan apa saja potensial pekerjaan yang boleh yang you apply di industrial engineering. Oke, ada juga in industrial engineering lean manufacturing. Lean manufacturing ini lean maknanya the meaning of lean is eliminating waste. Contoh lah di dalam industri itu ada activity A, B, C, D ya. Dia merakit, dia memindahkan, dia bawa barang. Ada sesuatu yang sebenarnya tak diperlukan. Kita coba eliminate dia. Ya, kita coba simplify karena dia akan menjadikan masa time of production will increase. So when the time production is increased, it will affect to the cost. Ya. So ini yang non value added yang perlu you kena tahu. Ini saya sebagai pengantar saja ya. Ada labor, ada complexity dia, kemudian space, energy, defect, material, idle, transportation time. Biasanya in industry, the most important is about idle, ya, delay. So please evaluate. That's when you see this industry. We can evaluate in the industrial engineering about the motion study ya. Kita boleh evaluate dia punya sistem tuh ternyata sesuai, bagus atau tak. Kita boleh evaluate. Nih contoh tentang space on layout ya. Dalam industri itu kadang ada yang bentuk, mungkin maybe you know already right, industry maybe they have some type of the layout, ada circle, ada U, ada bentuk U ya, U, ada bentuk bermacam-macam bentuk. So we need to identify the time, distance, and type of layout. Contoh lah, for example like this, when you see this system is very complicated, right? So when as engineering we try to make it better, the system make better, and then try to evaluate ini sesuai ke tak di sini, ini sesuai ke tak di sini, berkurang atau tak dia punya sistem. Ini contoh lah product layout, nanti akan kita pelajari tentang ini product layout. And also industrial engineering ini we can improve supply chain. Ya, contoh kita di FedEx ya, atau orang-orang GNT ke atau pos laju ke. So this is about supply chain ya. We try to minimize the system. Kita coba menentukan best route for distribution. Contoh lah FedEx nih di seluruh negara ya, in around the world, they should consider how to make the system supply itu optimize. Jadi dia kena buat sistem yang sangat bagus untuk itu. Nah itu ada di pelajar. It will be learned in the industrial engineering. Ya. And inventory and material management. Nah ini this is very important because about cost ya. When we do production and then when our demand should be, when we do production, we should consider the demand. If the demand is not so high, so we need to reduce the production, because if we always do production and the demand is less, so it will make a problem with the warehouse ya. The warehouse will increase and then it will cost, dan boleh membusuk. Kalau barang cepat busuk, kalau banyak menumpuk dia akan cepat busuk. Nah, ini masalah. So in industrial engineering we will learn what is the optimized inventory. Okay, we also learn about the product capacity. We try to consider how many, kita boleh menghitung jumlah pekerja, jumlah mesin, material. Nah, ini ada di industrial engineering. And we also calculate the productivity. Later we will learn how to calculate the productivity. Yeah, there are a lot of factor in productivity that affect factor that affect the productivity. Ya, ini ada work study ya. Nanti ada satu assignment, maybe you need to do like calculation. Nanti lah saya beritahu assignment dia, nanti kalian pergi ke misal macam Maidin ke, ambil beberapa sampel and then you calculate dia ini produktif atau tak, dia ini high productivity atau tak, nanti you akan calculate. Jadi nanti kalau you just sebagai manager di industri, oh you ini kita coba dia ada 10 orang, kita tengok mana yang paling produktif, kita boleh tahu nanti. Okay, Lean Six Sigma, this is the same to improve the process production quality ya, quality control something like that. Okay, ini tool-tool dalam industrial engineering ya, ada work study ya, strategic capacity planning, production planning and control, quality control. Maybe some of you already learn about this ya, ergonomic, operation research. But in this subject, not all we will learn, but the important thing in industry we will learn ya. Nanti kita akan belajar MRP, kita akan belajar inventory control, motion study, and so forth. Nature of work dia. This is the nature of work in industrial engineering. Perform work study. Ya, contoh, you sebagai industrial engineering, you can measure this industry productive or not. Ya. Kita juga ada namanya time study. Time study to develop and maintain capacity model for equipment. Contoh equipment ni ternyata tak sesuai dengan industri ni, atau dia letak dia tak sesuai. Dia layout dia bermasalah. Kita mempelajari itu. And then resources planning on equipment and manpower requirement based on forecast loading. Jadi kita boleh determine berapa banyak worker, labor yang perlu kita letakkan dalam industri itu. Okay, and then we improve the manufacturing efficiency. Nih, career opportunities if you are an industrial engineer ya. Okay, in manufacturing ya, this is about the productivity improvement, resources optimization, and lean. Lean tadi saya tahu kan, lean tuh kita menghilangkan sesuatu yang tak penting dalam industri. Waste, elimination waste di situ ya. Bukan berarti waste macam kita makan sampah, itu bukan. Waste makna di situ tuh we reduce unimportant thing in industry. Ya, misalkan dia mereduce masa dia ke ya, mengurangi orang yang tak, misalkan dia tak produktif macam tu lah. And then transportation and logistic, you can work in transportation and logistic, you try to optimize the supply chain. And my friend also as industrial engineering, they work as manager in bank, ya, in bank, and also in the mining industry, and also you can work in the oil and gas company, ya, industry can, because industrial engineering can work in every area. This is about system, ya. In industry, this is about system. In bank, ya, in the oil and gas company, yeah, so many. You may also in service industry, yeah, shortening lines or queues in bank, hospital. You can try to evaluate the queue system. Use simulation to analyze, evaluate, and optimize the system. Contoh lah di hospital, contoh ya, di hospital. Kita boleh nampak di dalam hospital kerajaan selalu tuh buat ada queue kan, antri banyak sangat. Sedangkan dia punya apa customer service dia tak berapa orang je. Nah, kita boleh propose ke mereka berapa yang optimal untuk mereka. Misalkan biasanya mereka cuma 3, we can propose them. Misalkan contoh 5 tuh propose-nya bukan hanya sekedar propose. We have technique to analyze, ya. And then process improvement and resources optimization. Okay, benefit of industrial engineering, we improve productivity, ya. Of course, that I told you before, increase product quality, ya. Improve competitiveness, optimize resources, make worker safer, faster, more rewarding, and then reduce cost operation. Jadi kalau kita sebagai industrial engineering yang bagus, yang apa namanya, yang cantik, yang bagus, kita boleh buat ini, ya. Kita boleh membantu company itu untuk membuat ini. This is the Industrial Professional Organization, ya. Maybe you can read this one. A lot of, maybe if you want to certify, you can try to searching this, If you get this certification, it's very good for you later if you want to apply the job. I have certification, for example, like from IIE, for example. Get certification from SME, Society of Manufacturing Engineers. So you can try to search this and then try to find fulfill the qualification.
Sir, nak tanya je saya.
Hmm.
Untuk qualification yang se-chief tu kan, sebelum ni, macam untuk student, macam mana dia orang nak apply untuk qualification tu? Adakah kita kena through macam kelas ke ataupun just test je, sir?
Normally they give class, certification normally as long as I know the certification, they will give material for you to learn. Contohlah tentang industrial engineering, dia akan bagi sedikit materi untuk refresh, and then after that you will get a exam, exam. Dia akan bagi you exam. If you pass the exam, they will give certification. And also they also consider the experience of you. For example, you already 3 or 4 years work in the industry. Maybe, and also they give you test and then you pass, then you will get the certification. Contoh lah ya, ada macam-macam board di Malaysia nih, ya, yang boleh you join. Contoh lah TS, Technologies, ada lagi IR, ya, Insinyur. Itu boleh kita nak apply sebagai certified or professional engineer. Jadi banyak mereka akan bagi training dulu. Lepas training dia akan buat exam. Kalau dia sesuai dengan klasifikasi dia akan bagi certification. Oke. Ya. Oke, ada pertanyaan lagi. Jadi intinya ya, kesimpulannya. Jadi kesimpulan dari industrial engineering ini, sebab ini penting di pembelajaran pertama ini penting. Jadi kalian boleh paham what is industrial engineering. So what is industrial engineering? Industrial engineering is satu cara kita sebagai engineer untuk meminimize, untuk mengoptimiskan sistem. Jadi seperti yang saya cakap tadi, the keyword in industrial engineering is optimize. Optimize can be minimized, can be maximized. Tahu nggak? Optimize can be minimized and can be maximized. What is minimize? Minimize is reduce the cost. Minimize the cost. What is the maximize? Maximize is to maximize the profit. Jadi kunci dari sebuah industri itu dia akan mengurangkan cost, meningkatkan profit. Nah, kita sebagai di industrial engineering ini di tengah-tengah dia. Macam mana nak achieve tuh? Kita boleh bantu mereka evaluasi productivity mereka, meningkatkan productivity mereka dari ilmu teknik industri. Nanti itu akan masuk ke dalam tahap part-part belajar kita berikutnya. Jadi kalau nanti dalam modul nih, di sini ada beberapa exercise yang mungkin simple exercise boleh kita apply ya. Ini buku nih lebih simple dan lebih mudah dipelajari karena Dr. Rohana dia pengajar, Dr. Rohana ini sudah lebih dari 10 tahun dia experience di industri. Jadi dia sudah tahu. Mungkin inilah yang masuk ke dalam industri yang bisa kita coba implement di industri, materi-materi ya dalam modul. Oke, setakat ini ada pertanyaan lagi tak? Ada? Ada? Kalau tak ada, saya nak bagi tahu untuk Jadi yang kelas untuk hari Kamis ada yang tak boleh join ya. Nanti tengok di YouTube ya. Lepas itu untuk yang tutorial kalian boleh kontak Dr. Amir bila start tadi minggu ketiga ya. Tutorial di minggu ketiga, kemudian lab kita ada di minggu keempat. Paham ya? Boleh jawab?
Boleh, faham doktor.
Faham, Doktor.
Oke, saya harap di industrial engineering ini yang sedikit banyak yang saya jelaskan ini kalian boleh dapat ilmu tentang industrial engineering. Macam mana kita mengoptimiskan sistem. Nah, intinya sistem itu kan input, proses, output. Ingat ya, sistem input, proses, output. Kalian sebagai industrial engineering, macam mana nak optimiskan sistem di dalam industri. Input itu ada raw material dia, proses itu macam mana proses production dia, output itu macam mana quality produk dia, macam itu. Oke ya, kalau tak ada lagi, saya akan share nih dan kita akan communicate kalau apa-apa yang ditanya di dalam WhatsApp. Jadi saya beritahu kalian, kalian jangan risau masalah nilai. Saya beritahu ya, jangan takut dapat C, dapat B, dapat A, jangan takut. Asalkan kalian follow, kalian jawab dengan betul, saya akan minimal saya bagi B ke kalian. Kalau kalian follow join kelas sesuai dengan aturan, jawab pertanyaan dengan baik, ikut kelas dan tutorial tuh ya, ikuti tutorial karena kemungkinan di dalam tutorial tuh ada apa namanya soal-soalan final exam. Di antara itu saya tak tahu ya, tapi mungkin ada. Mungkin ya, itu saja yang mungkin saya boleh saya sampaikan. If I have any problem or mistake when I deliver this class, sorry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Terima kasih doktor.
Salam,
Salam,
Doktor.
Thank you,
Sir.
doktor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.